All right, it's time. It's been a long couple of months, but today I'm going to fire up the Econoline, the little 289. This motor has not run in about 40 years. Oh, by the way, it's open header, so it's going to be kind of loud. Okay, when I bought this thing, the motor was stuck. Took it apart, found out it was actually the valves and the heads were stuck. A couple of valves were burned, a couple of others were not looking good. Bad deal, right? New heads, they're actually about 20 years old themselves, but they've never been run. Done by a little machine shop up here in the Twin Cities called Gopher Engines, which is long since defunct, but God, they look really nice. A little bit of porting and polishing on them. They're 86 302 heads. I don't think they're even like Mustang heads or anything like that. They're just pretty run-of-the-mill heads, but they've got a lot of work done to them. New timing chain, new front end of the motor. A lot of work to get this 289 plus 30 over back to running. The one thing I don't know what cam is in here. I think it's a 154 cam, the older style 289, early 302 cam, not a 157 is the newer ones. The newer, yeah, I think it's an older style. I think it's the older firing order, and I have it wired as such. I don't know if that's right or not. Might be fine, might be a complete mess. So far this morning though, I've put fluid in it. I got a little bit of a leak on the water pump I got to take a look at once I get it moved into the garage. I've got a couple of minor little leaks that I got to take care of. I've got a weird leak around the carburetor that I think I've got it fixed now, but we'll see. Otherwise, just running it off a little 1 gallon gas can. Wiring is absolutely not ready to go. No exhaust. So let's see what happens though. Okay, it's alive. I got a pretty bad fuel leak that I got to address, but it fired, and it fired like it revved up and stuff. So I'm gonna do a little more tinkering. I'll probably be back in a little bit. See if I can get a little different angle on this. A little bit of smoke. It runs. Now, you may be wondering, why is that impressive? I mean, it's just a small block Ford. Why is that? Why is that impressive? It's just a small block Ford. I put a bunch of money into it and it runs. Okay, well, the thing is, I don't know the first thing about that bottom end of that motor. I didn't know if it was going to be complete garbage or if it was going to be fine. It sounded okay. Now, granted, that doesn't constitute a full test, but hey, it sounded all right. It didn't make any horrible noises. It didn't make any real bad popping, misfiring type stuff. It seems like it's out of tune. It seems like there's a leak in the carburetor, probably some vacuum leaks, all things that I can address one bit at a time. But it did run, it did idle down, it was running on 8 cylinders, it was running between 2,500 and 3,000 RPM. Everything looked good. The bad thing, open exhausts mean that I'm not going to be able to run that thing for 10 to 15 minutes and get heat in it and whatnot and see how it behaves. It seems like it's doing okay. Is it? I also only have about a gallon of coolant in it. I also only have the radiator itself. I don't have the fan wired in yet. But it should run long enough to get it moved into the garage, which was the goal the whole time, was to actually drive the Econoline into the garage. It was supposed to happen back in April or May. That didn't quite make it. It's now November. But hey, at least I'm not talking about election results right now. But that is so cool. That motor has sat idle for 40 years, at least 35, and it just popped right off. And it's actually like the timing is close enough where you can actually tell it's doing what you're supposed to be doing. That's amazing. I am so happy with it. And a couple of hours ago, I thought I was done. I saw water leaking and I was like, oh no, I got a cracked block. Nope, it was just a water pump. I'd forgotten to put a bolt in. So got that patched up. Got a couple of other leaks. That fuel leak has really that's kind of concerning. But other than that, making progress.